These games, which provide distinctive and engrossing experiences to those who dare to look closer, somehow fell between the cracks despite their extraordinary quality. Explore this selection of underappreciated gems if you're looking for something different, something genuinely unique that may have passed you by. These are the underappreciated masterpieces that are hidden jewels that should be in every gamer's library. Spec Ops. The line initially presents itself as a standard military shooter, but its true depth becomes apparent upon playing. Inspired by Heart of Darkness, the game casts you as Captain Martin Walker, leading a squad into a ravaged Dubai. What begins as a rescue mission swiftly descends into a harrowing experience, forcing you to make morally compromising decisions that blur the lines between hero and villain. It compels you to question your own actions, unflinchingly depicting the brutalities of war. Unlike most shooters that reinforce a heroic narrative, Spec Ops, the line actively dismantles the military shooter genre, confronting you with the devastating consequences of violence in a way few games dare to. A particular moment within the game left me in stunned silence, reevaluating everything I had done. This profound emotional impact is a rarity in gaming, which cements Spec Ops. The line is one of the most significant games I've ever played.
On the move! Target's getting antsy! Watch it! Shotgun headed our way!
In the shadowed, mist-shrouded streets of London, 1918, Vampyr offers a unique role-playing experience. You step into the shoes of Dr. Jonathan Reed, a newly made vampire wrestling with his dual nature. The core of the game lies in a constant, agonizing choice. Will you adhere to your medical vows and heal the suffering, or yield to the primal urge to hunt and consume? Each inhabitant of this grim city holds a personal story, and the decision to feed, while empowering, carries significant consequences for the world around you. Action is brutal, combining close-quarters combat with the formidable powers of a vampire. Yet, it's the game's pervasive sense of dread and the burden of your choices that truly set Vampyr apart. Games that force genuine moral reflection are my favorites, and this one delivers in spades. Every temptation to feed became a battle within myself. Did the potential power justify the destruction of a life? This ethical quandary, interwoven with the game's haunting setting, crafted a truly unforgettable RPG journey. Mad Max stands out as a surprisingly overlooked gem within the open-world genre. It masterfully translates the raw, untamed beauty of the wasteland, directly echoing the cinematic vision of George Miller's films. You embody Max, a solitary figure driven to craft the ultimate vehicle, the magnum opus, amidst a landscape ruled by brutal warlords. The game's design prioritizes visceral hand-to-hand combat, adrenaline-fueled vehicular battles, and a world that exudes a desolate, yet captivating, atmosphere. Each journey across the barren roads feels fraught with peril. Every confrontation with enemies is a brutal struggle, and the constant need to scavenge for supplies effectively places you within the harsh reality of a post-apocalyptic existence. The wasteland, in Mad Max, possesses a vibrant sense of life, a characteristic rarely found in open-world games. Every raging storm, every unexpected ambush, and every desperate fight for fuel contributed to a feeling of genuine immersion. In the car combat, it's simply unparalleled. The sheer thrill of sending an enemy vehicle plummeting off a cliff as explosions light up the sky is an experience that demands recognition. This game deserves far greater appreciation.
She's ready to go.
For those drawn to the tales of ancient Greece, yet seeking a lighter, more vibrant experience, Immortals Fenyx Rising delivers a delightful adventure. Taking cues from The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the game invites you to explore a sprawling, visually stunning realm brimming with intricate puzzles, monumental boss battles, and deities possessing larger-than-life personalities. You assume the role of Fenyx, a mortal tasked with rescuing the gods from the Titan Typhon's wrath. The combat is dynamic and responsive, and Fenyx's winged traversal offers an exhilarating sense of freedom. The game's sharp, humorous dialogue ensures constant amusement. As a devotee of Greek mythology, I found Immortals Fenyx Rising to be a captivating blend of grandeur and whimsy. The humor landed perfectly, the combat provided satisfying challenges, and the puzzles offered a genuine sense of accomplishment. It's the kind of game that elicits genuine joy while still providing a substantial, epic narrative. A Plague Tale, Innocence delivers an experience of profound, melancholic beauty, unlike anything I've encountered. It chronicles the harrowing journey of Amicia and her young brother, Hugo, as they navigate a France ravaged by plague and relentlessly pursued by the Inquisition. The game skillfully intertwines elements of stealth, intricate puzzles, and deeply moving narrative. The environment is relentlessly bleak, dominated by overwhelming hordes of ravenous rats that act as a terrifying, natural force. However, the heart of the game resides in its exploration of familial bonds, unwavering fortitude, and the struggle for survival in the face of insurmountable challenges. Few games have resonated with me on such an emotional level. The relationship between Amicia and Hugo felt remarkably authentic, and their every step was fraught with tension. The game's oppressive atmosphere was utterly captivating, and certain pivotal moments left me utterly stunned. This is narrative artistry at its peak, and I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone who appreciates compelling, story-driven games.
Oh no, they blocked off the farm.
Tell Lord Nicholas that the road is blocked. Any person or vehicle that wants to get through is to be stopped and searched.
And what are we looking for exactly?
A 5-year-old kid. Hugo de Rune. Brown hair, blue eyes.
Are they talking about me?
Lord
Why
Nicholas
me?
wants him alive.
Shh,
Usual.
not now.
The purple guard wanting them alive?
Very important.
Careful, there's a guard in there. Yes.
Sleeping Dogs remains a criminally overlooked entry in the crime game genre, offering a unique blend of Grand Theft Auto-style gameplay with the high-octane thrills of a Hong Kong action flick. Expect dynamic, close-quarters combat, brutal environmental executions, and a compelling narrative centered on an undercover police officer. You embody Wei Shun, a detective who infiltrates the treacherous triads, and the constant struggle to maintain his cover adds a layer of genuine tension to the experience. The meticulously crafted recreation of Hong Kong, with its bustling street markets, neon-drenched alleyways, and exhilarating car pursuits, provides a vibrant backdrop. However, the game's combat system is its true standout feature. The fighting is impactful and cinematic, reminiscent of classic Jackie Chan films, delivering an unparalleled sense of power. Few games achieve the same level of visceral satisfaction. Every strike, counter, and environmental takedown is deeply gratifying. Whether it's slamming an adversary's head against an air conditioner or flipping a table mid-fight, the action never loses its appeal. Beyond the adrenaline-pumping action, the game's narrative leaves a lasting impression. Wei Shun's internal conflict between loyalty and duty creates one of the most compelling storylines found in an open-world experience.
These guys! Take them out! They'll be able to hire to fuck you up! You're fucking with the wrong crowd!
Imagine a chaotic fusion of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Jet Set Radio, and Dead Rising, and you'd have something akin to the exuberant madness of Sunset Overdrive. This game is a vibrant, open-world spectacle, bursting with neon hues, outlandish weaponry, and a frenetic parkour-inspired movement system. Set in a city transformed by a disastrous energy drink outbreak. Yes, you read that correctly. You embody an exceptionally agile survivor. Navigate the cityscape by grinding along rails, bouncing off rooftops, and unleashing havoc upon mutated foes with a collection of the most bizarre and inventive weapons ever conceived. The game's humor is sharp and self-referential, constantly introducing novel challenges to keep you engaged. The sheer exhilaration of its traversal mechanics alone warrants a playthrough. It's like riding an endless, open-world thrill ride. Sunset Overdrive radiates pure, unadulterated joy. The game's playful humor, its embrace of absurdity, and the sheer delight of its movement make every moment a blast. It's a title that revels in its own lack of seriousness, and sometimes that's precisely what gaming needs.
Show you what I got. Help me!
Nah, you're fine. Keep it up.
Quit judging me and help!
Not bad, kid. Meet me at the basketball court.
Why? So you can silently judge me some more?
Titanfall 2 boasts a single-player campaign that stands as a pinnacle of first-person shooter design. Shifting from its predecessor's multiplayer focus, the sequel delivered a remarkable solo experience, seamlessly blending precise shooting mechanics with inventive level construction. The relationship between pilot Jack Cooper and his Titan, BT-7274, forms the core of a surprisingly poignant narrative, punctuated by moments of levity, emotional depth, and heroic feats. The gameplay is characterized by its swift, responsive nature, with parkour elements that elevate every confrontation into a dynamic, unpredictable encounter. And then, of course, there's that level. Those who've played it will instantly understand. I approached Titanfall 2 anticipating a standard shooter experience, but was met with something genuinely exceptional. The connection between Jack and BT felt genuinely authentic, and the campaign consistently introduced fresh, innovative concepts.
Hello, Jack.
Glad to have you back in one piece, BT.
Over 25,000, actually. BT-7274 online and ready for combat.
I'm throwing everything I've got at the IMC, but it's not going to be enough to stop the fold weapon. I need...
The medium distinguishes itself by offering an exceptionally innovative gameplay mechanic, the simultaneous exploration of two distinct realities. You embody Marianne, a character endowed with psychic abilities, capable of existing within both the tangible world and the ethereal spirit realm. The game's narrative unfolds through constant, seamless transitions between these dimensions, cultivating a surreal and deeply unsettling atmosphere. The pervading sense of tension is palpable, and the story progresses like a psychological mystery, gradually exposing its unsettling truths. Rather than relying on conventional combat, the game crafts its horror through oppressive environments, chilling musical scores, and a deeply intimate narrative. I gravitate toward horror experiences that prioritize psychological dread over predictable jump scares, and the medium excels in this regard. The dual reality mechanic is truly inspired, giving rise to some of the most intellectually challenging puzzles and profoundly eerie moments I've encountered. Imagine a frenetic blend of Mad Max's vehicular mayhem and Doom's visceral combat, set against a backdrop of neon-infused, post-apocalyptic wasteland. That's essentially Rage 2, an open-world shooter where explosive action, outlandish abilities, and high-octane gunplay reign supreme. You step into the role of Walker, a ranger tasked with dismantling the oppressive authority. The game's shooting mechanics are a masterclass in FPS design, delivering weapons with a satisfying heft, fluid movement, and enemy encounters that ignite pure adrenaline. It's a title that embraces its own absurdity, and that's precisely where its charm lies. Sometimes the desire for unadulterated, chaotic fun takes precedence, and Rage 2 fulfills that desire with gusto.
Blocking days are over. All clear.
Yeah, the Coalition's gonna love that.